Today, I will be presenting Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's July 23, 2020 speech to the House of Representatives. About 2 days ago, I was walking up the steps of our nation's capital when Representative Yoho put his finger in my face and called me disgusting. He called me crazy. He said that I was out of my mind. And he called me dangerous. I went inside to cast my vote, and when I walked back outside, there were reporters standing in front of the Capitol. And in front of the reporters, Representative Yoho used condescending and unacceptable language towards me. We've all had to deal with this in some form, some way, some shape, at some point in our lives. I want to be clear that Representative Yoho's comments were not deeply hurtful or piercing to me, because I have worked a working class job. So while I was not deeply hurt or offended by the little comments that were made, when reflecting on this, I honestly thought that I was just going to pack it up and go home. Just another day, right? But then yesterday, Representative Yoho decided to come to the floor of the House of Representatives and make excuses for his behavior. And that I could not let go. I cannot allow my nieces. I cannot allow the little girls that I go home to. I cannot allow victims of verbal abuse and worse to see that excuse, and to see our Congress accept it as legitimate and accept it as an apology, and to accept silence as a form of acceptance. I cannot allow that to stand, which is why I am rising today to raise this point of personal privilege. I do not need Representative Yoho to apologize to me. Clearly, he does not want to. Clearly, when given the opportunity, he will not. And I will not stay up late at night waiting for an apology from a man who has no remorse over calling women and using abusive language towards women. But what I do have an issue with is using women, our wives and daughters, as shields and excuses for poor behavior. Mr. Yoho mentioned that he has a wife and 2 daughters. I am 2 years younger than Mr. Yoho's youngest daughter. I am someone's daughter too. My father, thankfully, is not alive to see how Mr. Yoho treated his daughter. My mother got to see Mr. Yoho's disrespect on the floor of this house on television. And I am here today because I have to show my parents that I am their daughter and that they did not raise me to accept abuse from men. And so, what I believe is that having daughters does not make a man decent. Having a wife does not make a decent man. Treating people with dignity and respect makes a decent man. And when a decent man messes up, as we all are bound to do, he tries his best and does apologize. Not to save face, not to win a vote. He apologizes genuinely to repair and acknowledge the harm done so that we all can move on. Lastly, what I want to express to Mr. Yoho is gratitude. I want to thank him for showing the world that you can be a powerful man and accost women. You can have daughters and accost women without remorse. You can be married and accost women. You can take photos and project an image to the world of being a family man and accost women without remorse and with a sense of impunity. It happens every day in this country. It happened here on the steps of our nation's capital. It happens when individuals who hold the highest office in our land admit to hurting women and using this language against all of us. Thank you.